So I wasn't able to do a reflection after my lesson plan, so I'm just making another video for my reflection, and I hope that's okay. So how I identify worked with ELL students in the lesson, I stayed focused on the academic of language. I tried to keep them writing in English and try to keep them paying attention to by hearing and anything that they found interesting, and to write it down as soon as they heard it, just to kind of keep their minds open on what to be on the lookout for and what to listen for. That because that later on would be used in their activity that I had planned for them. Had to address the issues with diversity. I tried to practice cultural sensitivity. I made sure that none of the cultures I would bring up would affect my students in a negative way. I tried to keep it away from it and try not to bring out the negative of the stuff. We did have to talk about why on certain things, but I try to shy away from the negative so nobody felt left out. But I made sure that none of their cultures are what we were talking about. For number 3, I tried to include historical quotes that was kind of brought up in the first thing, and literacy with writing. I tried to keep it where they just were practicing writing, listening, anything that just needed to be handwritten, or they could have drawn that helped them take notes in any certain way. Some people don't like to write, but some people like to draw, and that can help them with remembering what was said during the lesson. How I integrated literature into my lesson. I tried to stay focused on the first lesson. I had students that picked their own states, and they talked about them when they became states till on. So I decided to kind of move west over and talk about California and what they were most famous for. Try to give them an idea that we're not stuck over here on our south and southeast of it. So I try to just go west so they can notice that when you go west, there's a lot more out there, not just over here. So I tried to incorporate that just a little bit just to get their minds going. And keep on the state project, of course, and talking about other states and why they're important. How I was able to build in other subjects. I tried to stick with one lesson, with one other subject, and it was just literacy, writing. At the end of their lesson, I tried to stay focused on them writing a letter, and that helped them learn how to date it, sign it, do all that stuff. But they pretended that they were in the 1848, living during the gold rush and what they were doing. So they went to go look back at their notes that they took during the lesson or drew or whatever, and they were able to write a letter, handwritten letter, and kind of see how that, and they get to send it to whoever they want, or send it to whoever they wanted to. So I try to keep literacy in that with the reading as well, keeping that in the play where they could hear it and read on their own. If I had books for individual of them, I would have done more of that too. So thank you.